Hello guys, welcome back. First I want to thank all of you for the support. I really mean it. Usually what troubled me about all this is usually Odin's a proper gentleman. He's usually the one that's telling Loki to behave. And we never have spent much time together. He comes in, he's in for a couple of days. He's never behaved as poorly as he has. As talking to all of you, somebody said, do you like tarot? Maybe this could give you some answers. And I said, well, yeah, I do. And I said, I really should consult, Apollo about this. So I went to Lord Apollo and I said, I don't know what's going on. And da 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 da. And Apollo's like, oh, I can tell you what's going on. He treated you very poorly. That's what's going on. It was no fault of your own. So I got out the Jennifer Sands deck. Is that Jennifer Sands? My deck's upside down, yeah. Jennifer Sands fortune cards. Now, these aren't a tarot per se, and I don't use this deck the way you're supposed to. You're supposed to, keep them all separate. But I did a 4-card traditional tarot spread that I've always done, which is, past, present, future, but it can, shift. And we all have our own modes of reading, but I'll share the fortune with you, because I'm like, this is surprisingly accurate. My first card was a question mark and then, don't worry, help is on its way, the rescue card. So, yeah. The gods have heard me. The gods are like, it's okay. Help is coming. Yes, we know everything went downhill. And the weird thing was, I was sitting in there watching the lights, listening to creepypasta, and I heard a car go past. And I heard a dog barking. And there's this weird legend that dogs will refuse to bark in Odin's presence. So I'm like, yep, Elvis has left the building. Second card was a love card. All your wishes are recognized, an abundance of love, happiness, and success, the wish card. So that's interesting. And I'm keeping myself open to what unfolds from these cards because you can get a million different things from a reading. Third card is love card, coming together, union, partnership, new or renewed romance, the marriage card. So, I'm like, yeah, okay. So, and again, that might point to something with Odin, it might point to something with Loki, it might point to something with someone else. Loki's Becker, And life's journey is the final card, a time of sacrifice. Give up old beliefs or ideas for larger, deeper wisdom and understanding. Open your mind and your eyes. Sacrifice. So about, sacrifice old beliefs, sacrifice old ways of doing things, and open yourself up to a new way of doing stuff. I know the way the house should run. I'm a grown-ass witch, and I should be able to serve the gods and goddesses I want. I shouldn't have any god playing Old Testament Jehovah and screaming, I'm your only god. They will do that. All gods will do that, but... And luckily, Apollo's been very supportive. He knew I was just trying to make Odin happy, and that all the Greek gods knew, and all the other gods and goddesses knew. They're like, you're just trying to follow orders and be a good soldier, which is really not in you, but God's bless you, you're trying. And I'll do anything you want if you can give me a valid reason for it. And I don't know where this bad behavior came from Odin, because he's usually, like I said, our gentleman usually treats me very well, but the last year, I'm going to say year, he progressively got worse and worse and worse. And I will say, what is the matter? What is the matter? If you don't tell me what's wrong, I can't fix it. So I don't know. But that was the reading I got. So I'm going to do what I always do. I end up putting those 4 cards on top. And it's not like Odin wasn't getting love and respect, especially recently. He has his altar. Okay, that's Loki's doodles hanging down, but he has his altar over there, so it's not like he doesn't have an altar or doesn't get love and respect. He gets love and respect. He's getting daily attention. I salute my gods every morning, and in the evening I talk to them throughout the day. God's almighty. I was shopping and cooking that stew that I can't stand and making that for him. I did give him a final gift of the stew, and I said a very respectful, fond farewell to him. It's not like he's not welcome. I will never bar God from my household, but we cannot work together. I think like a little contrite energy, but then I felt this deep brooding energy, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why we can't get along. I've had gods before where I have a very dynamic, argumentative relationship with it, but it's because we're both very high spirited. Oh my god, I used to get so mad at Baron Samedi. I used to pop him in the head with things and yell at me, and then he'd go away for a month or so. But it was normal in that relationship, and it was always normal in all the other relationships, and this was like a more recent development that I don't know. I don't know if something's going wrong, if Odin's undergoing some kind of transformation, or he just wanted out and he needed to see how much he could do to get out, or what. Because I kept saying, if you're not happy, I'm not going to take it as a personal insult. You're welcome to go. I'm not forcing you out, but if you're not happy, I'm not going to hold you here either. It's fine. I don't think it's a failure. Sometimes two people can't get along. I don't know. I can't explain Odin. The other gods have been very nice about it, though. They're like, you did everything you could do. You did what a human should do. You tried to make your god happy. He wouldn't be happy. I did everything I could. I acknowledged him as my god. I acknowledged him as the god of my childhood. I did all this nice stuff for him. All the other Norse gods really seem to be standing around absolutely puzzled because I don't see what the big deal is, because they'd like to be free to come and go, thank you kindly. They don't want to have to stand around all the time just kind of being here and looking at me and feeling awkward. They would like to be able to come and go. The house really quieted down when he left, and I don't know. I don't know if it was Odin and Loki really can't share a space, even though they think they can. I mean, they love each other deeply. I've never seen two gods that love each other so much, but at the same time, you can fight with Loki, and Loki's treating you as an equal and encouraging you to rebel. Loki wants us to rebel and fight with him and stand up for ourselves. Odin did not seem to appreciate that at all, and the only thing I can think of is I've been with Loki for so many years at this point that I'm so like Loki that Odin just can't stand it, where maybe years ago I was, more nebulous and I could have went either way. But since Loki's the one that chose the relationship and not Odin, there you go. So I'm not mad or anything. Sometimes it doesn't work out with a certain god or goddess. I get along surprisingly well with Santa, and she's supposed to be the most difficult goddess to work with in the universe, and she's sweet as a little kitten. She can get mad. She can lose her temper, see, but she's really good and respectful, like a loving mommy, whatever she's feeling like at that moment. But, she all she has to do is grab her side and like stand up straight and just kind of glare at you, and everybody behaves and everybody scatters. But she never treats you poorly. And if she would start to treat you poorly, you would say, hey, why are you doing this? She would apologize. She can be snarky sometimes, she can, but she'd apologize. And Loki can be a jerk, but he's man enough to admit it and say, okay, that was really out of line, even for me. I can't believe I did that. And I'm like, you're Loki. I'm surprised you don't do it more often. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm really not, but I'll say I'm sorry. Sorry. So, and I think that's it. I think maybe Odin couldn't see why he doesn't have the same exact relationship that Loki does. Well, Loki's one in a million. I don't treat any other god half as well. I know I don't, because Dionysus has complained. And Loki is another jerk, and he gets away with everything. And Dionysus has said, I treat you extremely well. I respect you. I treat you practically as a goddess. And you let him walk all over you, and you adore him. Why? I don't know, man. It's something about Loki. You let him treat you very poorly. And you'll be like, he's the greatest thing ever. And Dionysus will go away mumbling something about stupid nice girls with bad boys. So it's actually been very sweet. All the gods and goddesses are getting along. On the upshot, Loki's actually starting to act nicer, treat me better. He's like, you've been through enough. So I don't know. I wish Odin and I could get along, but this was really dramatic and out of character for him. I'm sorry if something's going on for him, but he would not tell me if something was. I even went to, to Frigga, and I was like, is something going on? Should I know something? And she's actually been very sweet through the whole thing and very loving and supportive and been like, it's nothing you've done. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing, but she wasn't happy with it, but she was like, you have to decide what's best for you. Don't worry about him, he'll survive. So she didn't mind me walking away. I wanted to make sure, because in the first place, I've never liked the idea of getting involved with God, because they all have spouses in the first place. But in the second place, I will approach the spouse and be like, do you know what they asked? And they'll be like, yeah. And if I don't have the spouse's approval, I won't enter into a relationship. That's just me. And I know it's probably oversharing, but that's just me. And I found that gets you their support because you genuinely respect them and love them. And Sagan, for her part, was like, you know what? Hit him. Hit him with something. Hit him with your frying pan. That will knock some sense into him. Every so often, you gotta hit them. It's good for them. So Seekin's feisty. So yeah, that's the reading I got, and I'm sorry it didn't work out for us, but maybe it's for the best. Maybe Odin just wanted out and didn't know how to say he wanted out. But he went from being an utter gentleman to trying to play hippie grandpa this time. Then crazy Odin came out of nowhere. I don't know. This wasn't, I'm showing you the real me. This was off the Richter scale crazy. And Loki didn't like it. Loki's like, I don't know why he would intentionally scare you, and Apollo's of the mind that it could have been a nightmare induced by how out of character Odin was acting. He said it might have not actually been a dream. You've got to realize sometimes when you talk to some gods, they almost never tell the truth. So, they're all being very protective and nurturing, so that's good. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. And again, guys, thanks for the support. And I didn't make the video for anybody that really cares for Odin. I didn't make the video to badmouth Odin. I love him very deeply, I do, and this was extremely out of character for him. And I didn't want to make the video, I really didn't, but one of us had to admit it wasn't working, and Odin was never, ever, ever going to admit that something was going wrong, and he was just spinning out of control, and I'm like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if he was trying to match articles I was reading, or he was trying to match what he thought I thought he was, or I don't know. I'll never know, because now he's gone, and it's like he was never here. That seems to be a recurring theme with my gods and goddesses. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for the support. Bye-bye.